Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Come on, man.
All right, fans, we're back. We're here in 2021, and it's time to rate the Jersey of the Week for the first time in 2021. Today we got a Gardner Minshew Jacksonville Jaguars jersey. Rate it in the live chat or comment section below right now. And yeah, let's get started with the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the NMR Sports Podcast. We are back after our Christmas and New Year's break. We are here in 2021. Guys, how was your Christmas? How was your New Year?
Pretty good.
That's good.
Lit, awesome.
What was that?
It was lit and awesome.
That's good.
I think that
That's good. That's good. We hope all the fans watching had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're here with the New Year 2021, and that means it's time for the NFL playoffs. We got our Wildcard weekend coming up, starting on Saturday, and we're going to be doing our picks. We're going to be keeping track, and whoever is the best record at the end of the playoffs is the winner, and we'll decide on a prize. We'll decide on something amongst all of us, as we said in the last episode. So, we're just going to get right into it. We're going to give our picks. We're going to talk about, what we think is going to go down, how it's going to be, possibly scores maybe. So let's get started with our first game on Saturday. We have the 7th seed and number 2 seed, the Colts and the Bills in the AFC. Manny, who do you think is going to win that game?
Colts and the Bills. Honestly, I got to go with the Buffalo Bills on this one.
Buffalo Bills?
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, that whole Bills team just looks unstoppable right now. And looks like really they just can't be stopped.
All right, good. Trent, who do you think is going to win that, Bills or Colts?
Colts.
Colts, all right. Picking the lower seed, the underdog. Jeff, who do you think is going to win?
I'm taking Bills, but I think it's going to be one of the better. I think it's going to be a real good team game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills because the Bills are hot right now. They're hot at the right time. They're surging. Josh Allen is playing fantastic football along with Stephon Diggs. He's making a difference in Buffalo. I think they take this win. They are surging right now. And, I think the Bills take it. All right, here we are with our next game, the 6th seed and 3rd seed. We have the Rams and the Seahawks. Who do you have for that, Manny?
Listen, I'm going to say this. I thought the Rams were going to win it all, but after Jared Goff's finger injury, I was going to go with the Seahawks. And totally because not DK Metcalf is behind me, flexing his muscles and saying if I don't pick him, he's going to beat me up. But I just think Russell Wilson could be one of the best of all time. Can throw on the run, has everything of a good quarterback. He's just right now. If he plays good, they're going to win. Like if you put Russell Wilson in beast mode, it's over.
That's a fair pick. I like that. Trent, who do you pick?
Rams.
Rams. Oh, all right. Trent's picking the underdogs here so far.
Yeah.
Jeff, how about you?
I'm also going to take the Seahawks.
Okay.
I think their defense was one of the not greatest defense at the beginning.
Yeah, they were bottom 20 in the league.
Yeah, their defense has played a little bit better. It's still not great, but I think that offense can carry it past the Rams defense.
I agree.
You got to protect Russell Wilson from Aaron Donald back there. It's a big part right there.
Yeah, I agree. All right, and I'm going to take the Seahawks too because they're just, they were hot at the beginning, then they kind of declined. They're kind of bringing it back together. This is going to be a really close game, though. That Rams defense is pretty good. But the Seahawks offense, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Russell Wilson, I think they win this one. It'll be a good one, though.
It will be.
And here we are with our final game. Final game on Saturday. We have the 5th seed Tampa Bay Buccaneers and number 4 seed Washington Football Team. Manny, who do you have on that one?
Listen, I'm going to say this. Right now, I think Tampa Bay is most likely to win this game. But if Washington Football Team defensive line can get a couple good hits on Brady and throw him off, it's going to be a close one. But I just don't know because you're going to have that clutch with Brady and Gronk together, like back when they were in Super Bowls together and playoffs. So it's going to be a close game, but I got to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
All right, the Bucks for Manny. Trent, how about you?
Bucks.
Bucks, all right. Jeff, how about you?
I'm gonna take the Bucs as well.
All
I
right.
think they're getting hot at the right time. They haven't been doing that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the Buccaneers as well. Washington's defense, though, is really good. As you know, I'm an Eagles fan, guys. We gave Washington a playoff spot on Sunday because Doug Peterson, man, what are you doing? Doug Peterson, what are you doing, man? Most wanted man in New York right now.
I'd rather the Giants be in the playoffs than the Bucs.
Yeah, the Washington. Yeah, I'd rather see. I wanted to see the Giants in the playoffs for sure as well.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a real good game though, because we've seen two different sides of Washington this year. We've seen how they've played against the Eagles or any other teams, and we've seen how they've played against a team like the Steelers. There's two different completely sides. I think it really shows whatever team shows up is gonna determine the game, basically.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Washington's offense has been a little bit surging. Alex Smith isn't playing too bad of football, but what is carrying that Washington team is the defense. Chase Young. Can we just talk about how good he is? Like, how outstanding Chase Young is? I love the guy. He's so good.
He's ridiculous.
And he's only a rookie.
He's a very good rookie, yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
And then Tampa Bay, you got the GOAT, Tom Brady. And you got Gronk. You got
Brady,
Antonio Brown showing some flashes last week.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I do got one thing to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Washington football team. Now, I genuinely just don't like Tom Brady, but he is the greatest of all time. I got to give it to him. Man, won so many Super Bowls. But the reason the football team might lose is because this season that Tampa Bay defensive line has been on fire. The defensive line on Tampa Bay has been on fire.
They've been pretty good.
He's gonna have a lot of pressure coming towards him. And Alex Smith, after his injury a couple years ago, he might not have the speed back then where he was able to get out of the pocket or get out of that pressure he's building up. So,
Yep.
Washington's gonna have to figure out a way to stop that.
Exactly. All right. And before we move on to Sunday's games, those were Saturday's games. Before we move on to the games on Sunday, we got Food of the Week with Trent. Trent, what you got this week?
Easy week. You got a Pop-Tart, Middlesworth barbecue chips.
All right.
Yeah,
Middlesworth barbecue chips are the best. I must add. Very good. Delicious. You don't agree, Manny?
No,
Oh my God.
I don't like Middlesworth.
Wow.
Wow.
How? If you live in Pennsylvania, guys, you know what Middlesworth are. If you've never had them, what are you doing? Right?
What's your favorite chip, man?
Yeah, let's hear this.
You don't like Middlesworth?
Tostitos?
Oh my God.
No.
What?
Oh, Manny.
Let's just move on to Sunday's games.
Okay, all right. Let's just move on to Sunday's games. This isn't the NMR food podcast, the NMR sports podcast. So let's get rolling with it. All right, so we have the AFC 5th seed and 4th seed game, Titans-Ravens at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Manny, who you got for that game?
Ooh, that is a tough one. But I got to say that I gotta go. Like it's hard to say, but I gotta go with the Ravens.
The Ravens,
I mean,
okay.
They have been on fire lately, and I think Lamar is looking for revenge on Titans after last year. After Lamar had one of his best seasons, and the Titans just ended it all. So
remember watching that. I
think I got to go with the Ravens because the Titans almost lost to the Dolphins, which the Dolphins isn't a bad team, but if you're beating all these other teams that are pretty good and keeping that close with the Dolphins, and I don't know, I just really think the Ravens are going to beat them.
All right, that's fair. Trent, who do you think?
Ravens.
Ravens, okay. Jeff, how about you?
I'm still. I think this is probably the toughest game to pick in the first round. But I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Okay.
For a few reasons. I'm gonna say they didn't play that great this past week. They got very lucky on a game-winning field goal.
Oh yeah.
But the big thing is, I think there's key parts on each team, and whichever key parts show up more on each team, the team is going to win. It's going to be an amazing game. But I think Derrick Henry, I think that's going to be a game changer. I don't know if the Ravens are quite ready for him yet, even though they've seen what he can do. He's one of the best running backs in the league. I think they might be a little too focused on Derrick Henry to stop him, because Ryan Tannehill, he's a good quarterback. He's very, very underrated, I feel.
Yeah.
I think he might hurt them.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think they might pay attention too much to Henry. Tannehill might be able to shine.
Yeah, do his own thing, not handing the ball off every single play to Derrick Henry. Yeah, this one's tough to pick, but I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. I have to, because we've seen two sides of the Titans this year. We've seen them dominate in the run game, especially with Derrick Henry, and we've seen them get blown out. It's like you said with the Washington football team. We don't know what one we got to get you don't know what team you're going to get. You're going to get the team that gets blown out, or you're going to get Derrick Henry rushing for all those yards and winning you games. You don't know what you're going to see. But I think the Titans are on the decline. They've been on the decline a bit, and the Ravens are surging, so that's why I think the Ravens will win this game.
And we hoopin' called it.
I called it!
Yeah.
I love We Hoopin'. Shout out to We Hoopin'. Go follow him on TikTok.
Damn.
Okay. All right, here we are with the NFC 7th seed and 2nd seed, the Bears and Saints. Manny, who you got for that one?
This time, honestly, I'm gonna go with the underdogs.
Really?
I mean, who's starting for the Bears this week? Is it gonna be Trubisky or Foles?
Trubisky, probably, right?
Trubisky. See, the thing is, I really want the Bears to win, but then I don't mind the Saints winning. But if I were the Bears, I would start Nick Foles this game, because if you guys watch previous history, the Saints are the only NFL team that knocked Nick Foles out of the playoffs.
That's very true.
His second year, Nick Foles' second year in the NFL, when he had that great season with the Eagles, took him to the playoffs. Saints knocked him out. The year after the Super Bowl, when they made the playoffs, Saints knocked him out again.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think Nick Foles really wants to just beat the Saints and get revenge on them. So, but right now, I want to see the Bears beat the Saints, because the Bears have just been unlucky after those 2 missed field goals, 2 chances to beat the Eagles to get to the next round. The Bears are a hungry team right now, and Bears fans want another Super Bowl in their city. So
that actually makes some sense. I could see. I don't know, but I think they're gonna go with Trubisky. But I see what you're saying with Nick Foles, though. Definitely, I definitely see what you're saying there. All right, Trent, who do you think is gonna win, Bears or Saints?
Saints.
Saints, okay. Jeff, who do you think?
Now, I'm not too picky with NFC. I mean, I want the Bears to win. His good underdog story is always a great story, but I'm going to have to go with mainly the Saints, because, honestly, are they going to have Breeze back?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll have Breeze back, but the Bears, I mean, I want to see both teams succeed, because honestly, they both kind of got very unlucky in the past few years. Saints, some bad calls in the playoffs, very big calls.
Very
and then,
bad.
as D-Man said, the Bears missed field goals.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams, I mean, obviously I think I know who the better team is, but that's why I went with Saints, but I'm rooting for the Bears, to be honest.
Yeah, this one's actually really tough for me to pick, because the Saints, they're the Saints. They're good. But the Saints are down Alvin Kamara. Remember that. Yep. And the Bears, they're not great, but like I've said with some of these other teams, they are surging. The thing with the NFL playoffs is you need to be good. Like, if you get into the playoffs, even if you're a 7 seed, you could be hot at the right time. Like, look at the New York Giants when the Patriots were undefeated. They got hot at the right time, and they beat them and won the Super Bowl. So there's situations like that happening, and this is a very tough game for me to pick. But I'm going to take the Saints in a squeaker, though. I think they win this one very closely. The Saints are just the better team, but the Bears, they're going to give them a game.
Yeah, I will say that Saints, I don't know what's going on with Kamara, but
I think he has COVID.
The Saints, I know he got tested for COVID, but they actually have a chance to get him back if he's asymptomatic.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's asymptomatic, he has to be out for 10 days, and then he's eligible to play on Sunday.
Yeah.
But I don't know the situation with him, but I say if they don't get it back, it's going to be it's going to be a very good game.
If not, then
definitely one possession.
Yeah.
Definitely one possession.
I'm going to purposely give Juju COVID.
What's that? Wait, all right, Trent, what'd you say? We'll go Manny next.
I'm going to purposely give Juju COVID.
You don't like Juju?
Corvette.
Oh God, Corvette.
There's some pressure from the Bengals. Roethlisberger, Juju Smith-Schuster is blown up, and
all right, Manny, what'd you want to say?
I said, is Plant Boy playing? Is Plant Boy? Michael Thomas,
Yeah.
is he playing?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Well, if Kamara is out, then they're going to have to rely on their passing game most likely. Like, their running could help them too, but Drew Brees, I know he just came off an injury, so he might not be at 100% when he plays, but the Saints are going to have to fight. They're probably going to have to fight for this win.
Yeah, it's going to be a close one. All right, and here we are with our final game of Wildcard weekend. The number 6 in the AFC, Cleveland Browns, and Pittsburgh Steelers, the 3rd seed. Manny, who do you have for this game?
Listen. The Cleveland Browns are a good team. Baker Mayfield is a good QB.
Playing good football right now.
Yep, he is on fire, but I'm saying this, that if they play like that with their starters against a almost half bench of the Steelers team, what is going to happen when their starters are in? When the Steelers starters are in with their players? We already seen it in the beginning of the season. The Steelers straight demolished them.
Yeah.
And the Steelers haven't been hot lately, but right now Ben is hungry for a Super Bowl, and you can just see it in Ben that he is hungry to get a Super Bowl, and I believe that the Steelers are gonna. I'm no question. I feel like this one's gonna be a blowout. The Steelers are gonna blow the Browns out easily.
Okay. Trent, who do you think?
I hate to say it, but the Steelers. But I think if the Steelers played the Jets, they would get smacked. Absolutely smacked.
Oh, let's talk. Wait, Trent.
True.
Hold on.
Yeah, true.
Let's talk about your Jets a little bit. How do you feel about the Adam Gase firing?
Pretty good. I think we just need to get rid of the whole team.
Just fire everyone.
Yeah.
Start
from scratch.
Yeah, just
bring in
restart.
secondaries. Well, we already have the third string, so it looks like that way. We're trading everyone good away. Just sucks.
Yeah, they don't want to stay there.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. Who do you think's gonna win this game? You're the Steelers fan.
All right, I'm taking Steelers, but it's not biased at all. I mean, I honestly think the Steelers can do it. If they picked up a very good win against the Colts, their second week 16, and then honestly, for the people they had in playing against the Browns this past week 17, I honestly don't think they played bad. They played a lot better than expected to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those the players who I say, like, I guess the players who excelled a little bit better in the previous loss this past week.
Mm-hmm.
I think just throw in our starters, throw in a few more starters, and then you have people who don't get much playing time last week playing good, plus our starters who usually play good. I think combine that all together, and our defense does good. I think we got this I think it's gonna be a 2-possession game, but not by much. Maybe like a 10-point, 9-point victory or something like that.
Okay. Now, mine's tough. My heart says the Browns because it's nice to see them finally winning, and they made the playoffs for the first time since 2002. They ended that long drought, and Baker Mayfield fought through so much adversity, and it's just this team is in the Cleveland Browns are in the playoffs. Like, that is something that probably a couple years ago no one thought we'd be saying, right? The Cleveland Browns are in the playoffs.
They were 0-16.
Yeah, they went 0-16 a couple of years ago, and now they're a 6th seed in the AFC. Like, it's crazy. But my heart says the Browns, but I have to take the Steelers. The Steelers made it a close game with Mason Rudolph and their second stringers and stuff. So imagine what they can do with Big Ben and everybody else in. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Steelers take this one. The Browns, I think that they will give them sort of a game, but not really. My heart really does say the Browns, though. I want to see them succeed. It's, you know, Baker Mayfield's growing on me a bit. I kind of like him now. I'm starting to like him a bit. And I just want to see this team go, but I want to see this team like go on in the playoffs, but I just don't see it. I just can't see it happening with the Steelers.
Yep. Biggie.
Yeah, what's up?
May I say something related to football, but just not the playoffs?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Does everyone here think that Trevor Lawrence might get this finesse off?
What do you mean? Like,
so he lost to Ohio State, right?
got killed? Yes.
Got killed by them. Yeah.
Yeah.
By Justin Fields. But listen, if Justin Fields plays good in the national championship against Alabama,
mm-hmm.
and like they win, or he just has a good game and it hires his draft stock, he might be picked first, and the first pick is going to be Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
The second pick, the Jets have a chance of wanting to keep Sam Darnold.
Yeah, or they'll take
And not
Lawrence
get
though.
Lawrence.
Lawrence would probably go
Yeah,
second.
they could take Lawrence. And the next 3 through something else picks don't even need a quarterback. And then the team that really would need a quarterback is the Patriots. And
Yeah.
what if Bill Belichick got to coach Trevor Lawrence after coaching Tom Brady like that? I think that would be scary, that Bill Belichick coached Trevor Lawrence. I would be scared of that team.
That'd be crazy. That would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I think Justin Fields is going to go first. Depending on if Ohio State wins a national championship.
Yeah.
If they don't, I think
it's all going to depend on that national championship game, 100%.
yeah, who the first pick's going to
How
be.
he performs, definitely.
Trent, who do you want, Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence?
Take Trevor Lawrence.
You want Trevor Lawrence? Yeah, I mean,
They're sick.
I think overall Trevor Lawrence is a more talented and athletic quarterback than Fields, but Fields, like, you know, I don't know. It's tough. They're both great. And then you can't forget Zach Wilson out of BYU, and then you can't forget Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. Those are other quarterback prospects in the draft.
Yeah.
They won't be the first and second pick, but they'll be top teams. Maybe one of them will go to the Patriots, like you were saying, E-Man.
Yeah.
There is no way Bill Belichick is getting Trevor Lawrence.
No, I don't think.
That's a good one, Trent. That is a good one.
I don't think that Lawrence, if Fields goes number 1, I don't think Lawrence and Jets don't take him. I don't think Lawrence, these next few teams necessarily don't need a quarterback, but I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is going to drop that low because Patriots have.
He's going in the first round.
No, he's definitely going in the first round. But are they even? Are Patriots they even have a top 10 pick?
No, they do not have a top 10.
I don't think he's going to drop that low. He is at a team season, bro. I'm picking 8th. Trevor Lawrence is still on the board. We pick him and trade one of our quarterbacks who maybe they already have a good quarterback for more assets. Yeah. I don't think he's going to drop that low to the Patriots.
Yeah, no. Trevor Lawrence is definitely not dropping that low.
It'd be amazing if he did, but I mean, it'd be great for the Patriots, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either. I think he goes to the Jets or the Jaguars. He's going first or second. Depends all on that national championship game from Ohio State and Justin Fields.
Yeah, probably a top five pick because teams.
Top 3. He'll be a top 3.
Top 3. Yeah, there could be a team that just wants to pick him but doesn't want him at all, and just trade him for someone else good. That's to a team that really wants him to get something else off another team.
Yeah. So let's talk about. So Jeff is the only only fan of a team that's in the playoffs right now, and that doesn't have a high draft pick.
What are you talking about? I'm here.
You're a Jets fan. So we already talked about the Jets, so let's talk about the Eagles drafting a bit on this episode, because me and Manny are Eagles fans. Manny, what do you think the Eagles should address in the draft this year?
We need receivers.
Yes. And
we need receivers. Jeffrey's too old. Jackson's too old. Even though he had a phenomenal catch against Dallas, I'm watching that over repeat all the time. But they're just too old. Our receivers we have right now are decent, but we need either to trade for a better receiver or get a receiver out of this draft. And right now, like, as an Eagles fan, and if I was working for the Eagles, I'd have my eyes on that receiver from Alabama.
Yeah, that's who I was gonna say. I think the Eagles should draft Devontae Smith from Alabama. I watched that game against Notre Dame. He's good, and yeah. But here's the thing: you saw how Howie Roseman has drafted the last 2 years. He took Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, who literally just set a rookie record for the Vikings over Randy Moss.
Justin Jefferson, yeah, he is really good. It's like he could have gotten rookie of the year, but Herbert just played better. But yeah, Justin Jefferson probably best receiver from the draft class this year.
100%. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the Eagles' last draft kind of hurt me a bit, except for Jalen Hurts. I was okay with that pick. Nobody else agreed with me, but see where we're at now with I mean, we didn't do great, but he helped us a little bit, Jalen Hurts.
Yep, and Giants fans, on behalf of me and Jake, we do not know what Doug Peterson did.
Oh yeah, we said that earlier. We are so sorry for Doug Peterson, Giants fans. He literally just, I don't know, that was ridiculous. Like, Jalen Hurts was the reason why we had points on the board. He scored both our touchdowns. And then you put Nate Sudfeld in. Like, come on, man. Like, what? What are you doing? I know you want a higher draft pick. I know this season wasn't great. But you play to win. Like, that is ridiculous.
That guy even got a first down? Like,
no, he didn't. He had three turnovers, I think.
Yeah. And you know what I feel bad about?
What?
Our defense was playing so hard.
I know. They're trying to win.
And they were getting 3 and outs the whole fourth quarter. They kept getting 3 and outs.
Yeah,
I know. The ball back. I don't understand if they put Wentz in. If they put Wentz in, okay, you wanted to give Wentz a shot.
They shouldn't have scratched him.
And, yeah, but to put in the third string, that was an idiot's move. And also, when it was 14-17 and they were in field goal range, they went for it on fourth down in the red zone. They could have tied it up with a field goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just boneheaded decisions by Doug Peterson, as always. I mean, it's nothing new.
Yeah. He did. The man did give us a Super Bowl, though, so I can't hate him that much.
Yeah, he did get us their first Super Bowl, but he's been he's been a little bit questionable lately.
Yeah. Hashtag bring back Andy Reid.
Honestly, I miss Andy Reid on the Eagles.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you guys have anything else to talk about?
Jeff?
No, I don't think so.
Trent, how about you?
No.
Nope. You guys good? All right, so that was our NFL playoff picks. Tune in next week as we review all of them and, tally up everything and give our picks for the second round of the playoffs. All right, everyone, thank you for watching this episode. See you next Wednesday.